So the first resistance exercise of the week is squats, which is a fantastic exercise to start with. We all need to squat in our everyday lives, so it's a great one to look at, but it is actually one that people find quite difficult, and it does depend on your what's called biomechanics and how your body is, what you can do. So there's no right or wrong way. So I'm just going to show you a few different alternatives that you can look at to help you do this properly. So for squatting, all that really means is a bit like you would when you're going to sit on a chair. So I've got a chair here, I'll show you. So what we're going to do, make sure the chair's there so you don't go fall in the gap. So you're going to stand up really nice and tall, shoulders back, checking down that your feet aren't in a funny position. And then you're just going to tip back here, so put your bottom towards the back of the room. And then you're just going to sit down on the chair. Now, it's quite helpful to have your arms come out as a counterbalance when you go and sit down. And then when you're here, you can press through the floor to get back up. So if you're going to do a chair squat, it'll be like this, okay? While you're doing this, always think about keeping your chest upright, back nice and straight. And from here, you want a little pause, squeeze the bottom, push through the heels, and come back up. Now, once you've mastered that on the chair, you can then take the chair away, and then you can see if you can get a little bit lower in that squat. So, same thing, bum back behind you, squatting down, pushing up to come back up. Now, some people like to squat with their feet parallel like this, so like they're on a train track. That's absolutely fine. So, squatting down, coming up. You can also have your hands by your sides. Absolutely fine. We just want to think about heart up towards the sky, keeping nice and upright, keeping our back nice and straight so that we're not toppling forward too much or crumpling up our backs. Another nice way to squat is having your feet slightly turned out at what looks like sort of 10 to 2 on a clock face. Again, shoulders back and down, really switched on and tall and upright here in the core section. And then squatting down and pushing back up. So getting that little pause at the bottom is really important. It allows us to really engage the muscles. So we pause here, nice and upright, chest to the sky, and then push. You should feel a nice little squeeze in the glutes, which is in the bottom, as you push up. So as you get better at those, you can then add some weight. So British Heart Foundation suggests a number of household objects you could use. So I've got a couple of water bottles here. So you could use these either by your sides as you squat down and coming back up. Or I've also got, they recommend a couple of cans. So the cans, they're not quite as easy to hold actually, but you could put them on your shoulders like this. Or you could have them down like this. You could even, they've suggested, you could take a couple of, these are bags of potatoes, so I've got 2 kilos of potatoes here. That's actually a little bit awkward. You can hold it in front of you, which you do if you've got like a heavy dumbbell as well. So you could hold them in front of you and then squatting down and coming back up. So I'll show you again from the side. So if you have this, making sure probably you want to wrap your hands around them because otherwise it might be a bit awkward to hold. But same thing, bum to the back of the rim, squatting down, nice pause at the bottom, pushing up, keeping that back nice and straight, heart to the sky, push up. And the other thing that you might want to check on, if you check yourselves in the mirror, just check that your knees aren't caving in. Sometimes that can be a bit of a problem for people. So as you're coming down, try and make sure that these knees don't go in towards each other. Try to keep them pushed out to the sides. That will really help you squat nice and safely and protect your back. And then last ones, once you've done that, if you do have some, I saw a few people have got dumbbells at home, which is fantastic. So start at whatever weight you feel is comfortable for you to start with. Again, holding them down at your sides like this, we can squat down and come back up, showing you from the side, chest up, shoulders back, bum to the back of the rim, squatting down, my weights are by my side, nice pause, push through my heels, up I come. So it's important here to get the weight through all of the foot, and then I'm just going to press through my heels, come back up. So that's if you've got 2 dumbbells. And then if you do have a kettlebell at home, you can hold your kettlebell really nice and close to your chest if you have something like this. You can also do this with 1 dumbbell, holding it really nice and close, getting into that position. Probably with this, it's easier if you have your feet slightly turned out. And then squatting down and coming back up. So I'll show you from the side, just checking my feet position, keeping that really nice and close to me, thumb to the back of the rim, squatting down, pressing through my glutes, coming back up. There we go. And if you did want to do that just with 1 dumbbell, it's easy to hold it sort of underneath like this if you've got a hex dumbbell. I can show you with straight feet actually as well. So coming forward, and my bottom's going back, and pressing through the floor, come back up, show you from the side, down and up. And that's it. That's the squat. So I hope that was useful, and enjoy.